when I was in a big organization, I would end up with half-hour back-to-back meetings every day, entire weeks on end. And that is not ideal for me as an introvert. I would need time to reflect in between meetings. I'd want to understand the takeaways, and I'd want to feel prepared and not rushed going into the next meeting. So I think that's one really tangible thing that you as a leader can do. You can support your team members to consider that, to make them feel that they can actually question that structure or what comes into their inbox. Another thing I think is in a group setting, there's a couple of things that if you're leading the meeting, make sure that not one person is kind of hogging everything. It is okay to prompt and say, does anyone else have anything to add? Open up for other ways of feeding back. To say to my teams, I used to say to them, look, this is a conversation. The purpose of this session is to discuss. It doesn't need to be fully formed thoughts. You can get back to me via email after. There are loads of different ways of creating that culture where people feel like they don't have to kind of be, contributing on the spot if it's something that's completely brand new to them. And another thing that I feel can be really helpful for everyone, this is my introversion talking though, but I feel it's more efficient if everyone knows what the purpose of a meeting is going into it. So is there an agenda? Is this conversation just a brainstorming, or are we making a decision here, so that everyone can be prepared? And I think that's really helpful for the extroverts as well, because an extrovert will use the talking process to think things through. That's just how they operate. But that can be really frustrating when that thinking process doesn't result in something that anyone and everyone in the team can use. So that feels a little bit more collaborative if you are the leader of that team and you say, actually, let's maybe pause there. Let's move on to something else. Let's hear from someone else, and kind of manage the meeting in that way. And being aware of those inclinations that we have, I think self-awareness as a leader can be paramount in changing how the interaction feels for the entire team. And that's a culture that I think will be beneficial for everyone, not just the introverts.